Hello friends, I am Arpit and I am here with today's analysis. Today is 24th of March and we will be dealing with three very important topics which are in news. The first is Swadesh Darshan scheme. The scheme is in news because the Public Accounts Committee has found certain discrepancies in this particular scheme. The scheme was launched by the Government of India for promoting tourism, specifically theme-based tourism. The PSC is highlighting the report of CAG, whereas the government has some other story to tell, where the government is focusing upon more than 90% completion of the projects under the scheme. And this is a tug of war now going on between the PSC and the government. Next is the Jal Jeevan Mission. In the ongoing parliament session, the parliamentarians from the opposition parties have highlighted or picked up this particular program of the government and highlighted various shortcomings in this scheme as well. The scheme, which aims to provide piped water through a functional household tap connection in the rural areas, that is 55 litres of water per person per day. The opposition members claim that there is immense shortfall in this particular scheme. Next is the thematic discussion. We will be completing chapter 6 today, and that is about India's infrastructure, development and capital expenditure. Today we will be talking about infrastructure related to tourism and infrastructure related to space, which have been developed by the government. And then we will be dealing with the MCQs based on these three topics and discuss the answers to the MCQs of yesterday. Now the first topic, that is the Swadesh Darshan scheme. Why in news? Because the members of PAC, the Public Accounts Committee, this is a committee, a permanent committee under the Parliament of India. It is a way of keeping a check on the executive by the legislature, since in this particular committee no minister is part of it. Members from the opposition and other members of the parliament are part of this committee. Now this Public Accounts Committee has multiple jobs to do. It can take into consideration the audit reports by CAG and discuss them and put pressure on the government, and this is what they have done. They have picked up the report of the CAG and put pressure on the government. That pressure is related to the Swadesh Darshan scheme. So the scheme was meant to develop tourist routes based on themes across India. Themes like they pick up a theme. Let's suppose Buddhism is a theme, so they have to develop Buddhist circuit. Ramayana is the theme, so they have to develop Ramayana circuit. Lord Krishna, the Krishna circuit, like this. This is called as theme-based tourism. It had to be promoted under the Swadesh Darshan scheme, which is struggling as per the PAC. Now, key report findings of the CAG. First, lack of feasibility studies have been done. Government didn't properly check if those projects are feasible financially, environmentally and such like, but they have announced those projects. The feasibility check is a bit questionable. Exceeding the approved budget. The budget was formed, a budget was allocated for those particular projects, but those projects have not yet been completed and the budget has been exceeded, surpassed. Third is missing detailed project plans. So these detailed project plans are missing. Things are in the air. It is like this. No project evaluation. There was no system in place to evaluate the progress on the projects. That is also highlighted by the CAG, and there are unfinished projects. So these are certain things. But what is the Ministry of Tourism responding to for such kind of allegations? Ministry of Tourism has said that 75 out of 76 projects were finished. They were finished. However, PAC members strongly disagreed about it. Key unfinished or non-working projects: Kanwariya route in Bihar, Tribal Circuit in Telangana, Sri Narayan Guru Ashram in Kerala. They have been incomplete or unfinished. PAC members were unhappy with the ministry's response. The response was this, saying that they were being misled and they are not fixing the problems. They are, putting across false facts. Now, committee's directives to the government. PAC has told the Ministry of Tourism to inspect all sanctioned projects in person, submit a detailed report within 3 weeks. And this detailed report, which has to be submitted within 3 weeks, this should have actual status of the projects, how well they are being maintained and run, how well the projects are coordinated and carried out, the impact on job creation which these projects have created, and the number of tourists visiting the projects. All these have to be taken into account in the report which has to be submitted by Ministry of Tourism within 3 weeks to PSC. Yes, PSC can issue such kind of directives, and that is how check on the executive is done by the legislature. About Swadesh Darshan scheme, it was launched in 2015 by Ministry of Tourism. Objective is to develop sustainable and responsible tourism destinations in India, creating thematic tourist circuits. Thematic tourist circuits means a theme which I told you, the example of Buddhism I gave. 100% centrally funded scheme it is. Implementation, Ministry of Tourism provides financial assistance to state governments, UTs, administrations and central agencies which are there for implementing these schemes. Operation and maintenance of the projects has to be done, or it is the responsibility of the respective state or union territory. Key features, development of theme-based tourism circuits, infrastructure development including roads, signage, parking and public amenities like toilets, guest houses and all. Focus on ecotourism and heritage conservation also. So, an element of sustainability is being brought in by the government through this particular scheme. We should also know about PAC, the Public Accounts Committee. So, it has been mentioned in the Constitution. It was founded in 1921. It is the oldest parliamentary committee in India. Purpose is to audit revenue and expenditure of the government of India. It ensures public funds are used efficiently and legally. It acts upon the CAG audit reports. It examines the CAG audit report. This is one such function of it. Proper utilization of funds, the allocated funds by the legislature through the budget, whether they have been utilized properly or not, is there any misuse of the funds, all these have to be taken into account. Investigate irregularities, identifies and investigates financial irregularities, inefficiencies and losses in government spending. So, it also has an investigative role. So, you have to keep into account all these small things, because UPSC is fond of asking questions from these small topics, especially in prelims. Membership, 22 members are there, and members from both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are there, 15 members from Lok Sabha, 7 members from Rajya Sabha. Chairperson is always a Lok Sabha MP. Traditionally, the chairperson is from the opposition. It has not been mentioned anywhere, but traditionally speaking, it is from the opposition. Term of PAC is 1 year, and restrictions, ministers are not allowed to be members of PAC. Ministers which are part of executive, they are not allowed to be part of this particular committee. How will then this committee, which is representing the legislators, be having a check on the executive? Next topic is the Jal Jeevan Mission. Again, a lot of discrepancies were highlighted by the parliamentarians in the Jal Jeevan Mission. So, in Lok Sabha, a discussion took place on the Jal Shakti Ministry's budget. Opposition members raised concerns about gaps in implementation, and they also criticized the underutilization of funds which have been allocated for this particular project. Whereas on the other hand, the government responded to them and said that there are many states, those are non-BJP ruled state, they are not implementing this particular scheme in a proper manner. Now, what is the Jal Jeevan Mission? It was launched in August 2019 to provide functional household tap connections to every rural household. It is for rural households by 2024. Obviously, the deadline was not met, and in the economic survey we covered last week that around 79.1% of coverage has been done. Somewhere around 20.9% coverage is still left. Ensuring 55 liters of per capita per day of potable water. Revised deadline, the timeline has been extended to 2028 in the union budget of 2023-24. So, this is what Jal Jeevan Mission is. The basically vision which is aligned with the SDGs, specifically talking SDG 6. Adequate quantity, 55 liters per capita per day. Reliability, regular and safe should be the water which is being provided. Equity and inclusivity, no one should be left behind, no lower caste, no women, everyone should have access to water. Sustainability has to be ensured, affordability has to be ensured, and quality has to be ensured of the water which is going to be provided. Now, key features of Jal Jeevan Mission. So, we know that Jal Jeevan Mission is for rural areas, but in the urban areas also, Government has pledged to provide functional household tap connections in the urban households, but that is through Amrut 2.0. Amrut stands for Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. Service delivery approach focus on quantity, quality, regularity and sustainability of water supply. Community participation, empowerment of village water and sanitation committees, and in these village water and sanitation committees, women are an integral part of it. Gram panchayats and user groups for planning and monitoring, and around 50% of the members are women in this. Bottom up planning, preparation of village action plans. This is the job of this village water and sanitation committees. Water quality, emphasis on NABL accredited labs and water testing, creation of 6,000 water testing labs. Convergence works with schemes like MCQss, Swachh Bharat Mission, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, and they are a source of sustainability. Technology use, integration of Internet of Things, SCADA, GIS mapping and real-time dashboards for monitoring and control. All these are the key features of the Jal Jeevan Mission. Now, achievements of Jal Jeevan Mission. Expansion of tap water coverage from 16.8% of households in 2019 to 79.74% by February 2025. The data which we had was for December 2024. Now by February, slight increase from 79.1 to 79.74. Coverage of around 67% of 19.44 crore households in India. Budgetary commitment, 67,000 crore allocated in the Union Budget 2024-25. 3.6 lakh crore spent in it since inception. Now, state-specific successes. 8 states and 3 UTs have achieved 100% functional household tap connection coverage. Karnataka and Maharashtra have made significant progress. Gujarat and Haryana serve as models for effective implementation. Talking about transparency and monitoring, the JJM dashboard enables real-time monitoring and transparency. 3 lakh villages have achieved 100% coverage in this. Safe drinking water is available. BIS 10,500 standards water is available. This is a standard for water. NABL accredited labs and community water purification plants in areas affected by arsenic and fluoride have also been installed. Focus on source sustainability means the source of water should be sustainable and should be long lasting so that there is unhindered supply of water. Employment generation is also being focused upon. 60 lakh direct jobs and 2.2 crore indirect jobs are created as per this mission. Then 13.3 lakh direct jobs expected in the operation and management phase, boosting the rural livelihoods. Alignment with SDGs, SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, and indirectly supports SDG 3, that is health, and SDG 5, that is gender equality, because it is the women who suffer the most, and women are an intrinsic part of the Jal Samitis which are formed under this particular program. Now, impacts of the Jal Jeevan Mission. Obviously, there are going to be positive impacts if and only if the implementation is robust. Health and human development will happen because clean water is mother of all basic necessities apart from food. Gender empowerment will happen, reduces water collection burden on women and girls, freeing up time for education and employment. They can educate themselves, they can work also, so they can contribute in the family incomes. Community-led governance, 50% of Gram Panchayats prepare village action plans, promoting local ownership and accountability. So it is going to be tailor-made, and Jan Bhagidari is also part of this particular program. Ecological and scientific water management is going to be there. NAQUIM mapped 25 lakh square kilometers of aquifers. Bhuneer portal aids real-time groundwater monitoring. Localized innovations, Gujarat created 24,800 rainwater harvesting structures. Meghalaya rejuvenated springs. Varanasi developed a smart lab for river health. Employment generation, mission creates job in plumbing, masonry, labs and monitoring sectors. Behavioral change, awareness campaigns on water use, conservation and grey water reuse have improved water literacy among the rural people. And water as a right has to be ensured as per the Jal Jeevan Mission. So this is what the government's aims and objectives with respect to the Jal Jeevan Mission is, but there are multiple challenges in the Jal Jeevan Mission, and these challenges are being highlighted by the opposition parliamentarians, and obviously they have to be addressed. Challenges are slowing progress. The functional household tap connections, the coverage is slow. It had to be completed till 2024, but now it is being extended till 2028. Regional disparities, states like Assam, Kerala lag behind the national average, highlighting gaps in infrastructure and implementation. Sustainability and over-extraction, over-reliance on groundwater without adequate recharge threatens the sustainability of water sources. So, that is also, that has to be maintained. We should not only be focusing upon demand, but supply also should be ensured. Then only, things will be long lasting. Water quality issues are there. Water is coming, but the quality of water is not so good. Neglect of traditional water sources. The marginalization traditional water sources like the duct wells, rainwater harvesting systems, they are being neglected. Infrastructure and operation and management deficits. Difficult geographies, particularly hilly and tribal areas, face challenges in building and maintaining infrastructure. Weak operation and maintenance systems risk long-term service reliability. There are a lot of data discrepancies also in the Jal Jeevan Mission, means the government is overstating its claims. This is also, highlighted by many. But yes, there has to be a way forward. The strengthen operation and maintenance, promote water secure villages, adopt smart monitoring tools, use of digital tools, Internet of Things and all should be adopted. Leverage traditional water wisdom among the, upcoming generation also, especially the women. Enhance grey water management. Grey water is that water which is coming out of our households, which has, detergents and all mixed also in it. That is called as grey water. Institutionalize behavioral change, build water literacy through village level campaigns and all. So, all these should be done. And then we will be able to accomplish those SDGs by 2030, probably before time, ensuring, availability of water through piped connections in every household of the country. In the rural households, Jal Jeevan Mission is specifically focusing upon, and in the urban households, it is under Amrut 2.0. One key question over here is that we are in the 21st century, it is 2025, and now we are thinking about, ensuring piped water to every household. Till now, what we were doing, that is, a question which concerns. But yes, we should be there now. Der aaye durust aaye, but aana chahiye. We should be there. And now the last topic, that is India's infrastructure development and capital expenditure. Key developments in tourism and space infrastructure. Tourism infrastructure, pilgrimage, rejuvenation and spiritual augmentation drive the Prasad scheme. Objective is to focus on developing tourism infrastructure at identified pilgrimage destinations and heritage sites. Progress, various projects sanctioned and completed to enhance religious and heritage tourism as of December 2024. So this government is specifically focusing upon religious tourism. Kashi, Mathura, Vrindavan, Ayodhya, all these are Hindu pilgrimage sites, but apart from Hindu pilgrimage sites, they are also wanting to develop pilgrimage sites belonging to other religions also, because this is a very vital component of our economy. Swadesh Darshan scheme, which we have discussed in detail today. Objective is integrated development of tourism destinations, including theme-based tourist circuits, which is struggling according to the CAG report, which has been taken into account by PAC. In 2022, Swadesh Darshan 2.0 was announced, and 2.0 was focusing on sustainable and responsible tourism. So we studied that also, that responsible or sustainable tourism is also part of it. Approved projects, 34 projects with a total funding of 793.2 crore have been approved. Interest-free loans for capital investment have also been provided to the state governments by the central government. They are interest-free loans, long-term loans. So 40 projects across 23 states for interest-free loans for 50 years amounting to 3,295.8 crore have been given, and aim is to create iconic tourist places to boost tourism. Now talking about India's space infrastructure. The current space assets, there are 56 active space assets of India in the space. Communicating satellites 19, navigation satellites 9, scientific satellites 4 and Earth observation satellites 24. Enhanced capabilities, addition of small satellite launch vehicle. It has been done to India's fleet and successful launch contracts with OneWeb and SpaceX. So this small satellite launch vehicle will be capable of launching small satellites. They will not have to wait for bigger launch vehicles to take them along. They can now be launched from small satellite launch vehicles also. This is the newest addition. Then ISRO's infrastructure monitoring platforms, the Bhuvan platform, which helps us monitor schemes like MCQss and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Electrical infrastructure manages electrical infrastructure in Maharashtra and Telangana. Nyay Vikas portal monitors 2840 judicial infrastructure projects using web GIS and mobile geotagging. Urban geospatial databases created for 238 Amrut cities to assist in urban planning and GIS based master plans. So yes, we are using or utilizing our space assets for the overall development in the rural as well as urban areas. So what is the space vision of India? The 4 key areas or 4 key projects to advance India's space exploration. First is the Gaganyaan follow-on mission, India's human space flight program, which is expected to be launched this year. Chandrayaan 4 lunar sample return mission. It will go land, collect sample and come back on the earth. That is a sample bring back mission. Venus orbiter mission. Just like Mars orbiter mission we launched, we are going to launch Venus orbiter mission as well. And next generation launch vehicle development. These are the 4 broad areas where the Indian Space Agency is currently working upon, and let's see what happens in the times to come. Now coming on to the MCQs based on these 3 topics. Consider the following statements with respect to Swadesh Darshan scheme and mark the correct one. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. Operation and maintenance is the responsibility of the respective state UT government. Only one, only two, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Second, which of these can be considered as functions of Public Accounts Committee? Examine the CAG audit reports, investigate irregularities, ensure proper utilization of funds sanctioned by the Parliament. To find the correct combination here also, only 1 and 3, only 1 and 2, or all of the above. Third, which of these statements about the Jal Jeevan Mission are true? The Jal Jeevan Mission aims to provide 55 liters water per household per day through a functional household tap connection. The Jal Jeevan Mission aims at universal coverage by 2030. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Fourth question, which of these are considered as shortcomings of the Jal Jeevan Mission? Data discrepancy, water contamination, or lack of development of water sources. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 3, or all of the above. Fifth, which platform supports infrastructure monitoring for various development schemes such as MCQss and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana? Nyay Vikas portal or platform, Bhuvan portal or platform, Amrut portal, or none of the above. Now, the MCQs of Saturday. Consider the following statements with respect to nuclear sector in India and mark the correct one. As of 2024, nuclear power contributes less than 2%. It is correct. 1.6% it is in the total energy mix of India. India aims to increase the contribution to more than 10% by 2030. No, it is by 2050 that 100 gigawatt will be generated by nuclear power. So this statement is wrong. First is correct. So only 1 is going to be the correct option over here. Second, which of these nuclear power plant is located in the north of Tropic of Cancer? So Tropic of Cancer passes through Gujarat. It actually passes through 8 states. So Kudankulam nuclear power plant, Madras it is. So this is wrong. Tarapur in Maharashtra it is. This is wrong. Kaiga is in Karnataka. This is wrong. Hence Narora, which is in UP, is the correct option over here. Which of these has replaced the Universal Service Obligation Fund? It is a very direct question. Digital Bharat Nidhi has done that, and we covered an elaborate topic on this, I think 2-3 months ago when this was there in news. And the last question, which of these are the features of the Jal Jeevan Mission? It aims to provide piped water in all the rural households of the country. Yes, it aims to do that. Jal Jeevan Mission has achieved saturation as of 2024. No, 79.1% coverage is there. So saturation has not been achieved. So this is wrong. And A, only 1 is going to be the correct option over here. So with this, we come to an end of today's session. And I will be now meeting you tomorrow. Chapter 6 is over. We'll soon be starting with chapter 7. And we will also be coming up with the Yojana analysis for the month of March in a few days from now. And I hope you guys are again back on track, studying hard for the upcoming prelims. So, see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Namaste. Jai Hind.